What it do, y'all? Man, this your boy DeAndre, God saves. And once again, man, God's good all the time, man. Well, God ain't worrying about nothing. So check this out, man. This is going to be the first interview. I got somebody on my phone, man, very special, man. This dude has done a lot of time down in Mississippi, man, all the way from Texas to New Mexico. All federal time, private prisons, you know what I mean? A lot of inmates that I might be doing interviews with, they really ain't experienced the private prison. But let me just stop talking, and we just finna get straight to it. So, hey, brother, if you want to, we can call you by your name, or we can call you something else. So it's up to you. What do you want to be referred as, brother?
Willie.
I'm talking Willie. So, Willie, how old are you, brother?
32.
32. Where you originally from?
Jackson, Mississippi.
Okay. Right now, if you don't mind, what facility are you in right now, brother?
Madison County.
All right.
Federal holding facility.
Okay, how much time have you served currently right now?
Already I've served 73 months, and I got to go back for 9 months on a violation.
Okay. So your release date is what?
April the 3rd, 2022, as of right now.
Okay, as of right now. Okay, I understand. So if you heard the brother, he said he's back on a violation, which means he was released, and it don't matter what happened, but somehow he made some type of violation, and that sent him back to prison. So let me back up. How long was you out before you caught that violation?
I was out 2 months at the halfway house, and I did 4 months here in Madison County.
Okay, now,
I did 2 months. I did 2 months here and 2 months at the halfway house.
Okay, now, Jim, man, I want you guys to pay attention. This young brother said he did almost 6 years, got out for 2 months, and had made a simple mistake that ended him right back incarcerated. Now he got to finish off his sentence. Okay, so now we're going to get a little bit into it. So, man, was you or is you involved in any gang activity, or are you considered a gang member?
Vice Lord.
Okay, you from Vice Lords. Okay, a lot of people don't really know about Vice Lords up in the north, but Vice Lords, you know, they pretty popular around the down south area, Chicago area, the Midwest area, you know, but up northwest, they really don't want to know about it. But so the people that don't really understand, Vice Lords is kind of like, you know, the Bloods and Crips, but it's the Vice Lords and GDs. Okay, that's enough about all that. So
it's not a gang, it's an organization.
And it's an organization, my brother.
GDs and Vice Lords is an organization. Bloods and Crips are gang members. They're gang bangers.
Facts. And I totally understand that. And what he mean by that is an organization is different from bangers. But like I say, we'll get into that different. You know what I mean? Me and his brother, we're going to have a lot of interviews. But right now, we just, you know, we starting off the top. So do you have any good and bad about being a part of your organization? Any good and bad advice, you know, with what comes with this lifestyle?
Yeah, you gotta follow laws. If you don't follow laws, you gotta accept the consequences for your punishment of not following laws, which carries out as violation.
Okay. So you mean laws like far as your organization, if you don't follow those certain laws that they want you to do, then you can get violated by your own kind, right?
Yes.
Okay,
what carries out a demonstration of people putting their hands on you.
Okay.
You going in the crack with one man fighting 2 men until the clock stops. Okay.
So that's what you consider the bad part about being a part of this, right?
Yes.
But other than that, you don't think it's nothing bad, like they make you do stuff that you don't want to do because you're a part of this organization? You're not saying anything like that to the people, right?
No, you don't have to do it. The bad stuff don't happen until a violation is carried out.
Okay, now let me ask you this, brother. So did you grow up with your mom and dad in the same household?
No, I grew up with my mom.
With your mom. So your dad wasn't around in your lifestyle, right?
No.
So looking back at life now, do you think that affected you, like not having a dad?
Yeah.
And like what kind of ways?
Because it's always good to have a father figure there, and when you ain't got a father figure, that leaves you out to do things you feel like you ain't got nobody, you know what I'm saying, to control you, to look up to.
Right. And like I say, I most definitely can relate with you on that, brother. You know, I tell people all the time that I didn't have a dad, so I went looking for love in the streets. And the streets really, you know, the older people, how they kind of, you know, they take on us young guys that didn't have no fathers and make us think they love us because we doing so much bad stuff. And that's our way of getting that father we love. So I most definitely understand what you mean about that. So what about your mom, man? Did you grow up in a nice neighborhood? I mean, was you in a top-notch school? Like, just talk about that experience as you growing up.
I grew up in Tougaloo off State Street, which was a bad neighborhood. You know, drugs and organization. People doing all type of stuff. But when I moved from there, I moved to Forest Avenue, which is the project, which was the same thing going on, which wasn't no different.
Okay. So did you notice a lot of opportunities growing up? Like, is it easy to get a job where you from, or, you know?
Yeah, I had plenty of jobs. I had 15 jobs before I went to the Fed. I had 15 application jobs. I mean, it's easy to get a job. It's up to you if you want to get a job and work. But when you're involved in the streets, you don't want to work. The only thing you know is the streets, so you rely on the streets.
Gotcha. I'm with you on that one, my brother. And y'all know my background. I am from Mississippi, so everything this brother is saying, you know, I can really relate to it. But like I say, this is him talking, so I want you guys to hear from him and not from me. You know what I mean? Let me ask you this, brother. Did you do any type of drugs? And if you did those drugs play a part of your incarceration?
Yeah, I didn't do nothing but smoke weed, drink, and Xanax and stuff like that.
Okay.
Before I went to prison.
Okay, but whatever you went to prison for, and we're not even going to speak about that right now, but whatever you went for, it wasn't like you were trying to get money to support a drug habit, right? Or you wasn't on drugs.
No, it wasn't for that.
Okay, and you wasn't on any, and the drugs did not make you do something that you didn't want to do, whatever caused you to go to prison, right?
No.
Okay. So let me see, do you got any advice to the young people out here, brother, about doing drugs? Like, I'm pretty sure, we ain't gonna say what facility, but I'm pretty sure you done seen people do drugs inside of those institutions. Can you tell these people, like, about the any drug, any advice, bro, that'll make them not be themselves? You know, a couple of drugs that you said, some people might say marijuana is legal and it won't affect you, but can you explain more about deep drugs that just give these young people some advice, man?
Well, it will affect you in situations. It'll make you do things that you shouldn't do and you want to do, and it'll push you to do things to get it that you know you should do. And at the same time, just like marijuana, some people should do it because they can't handle it, but they also came out with something which is called a K2 that make you hallucinate, make you do things that you don't know you're doing and you're not aware of it at the time. And drugs like that you shouldn't do because it keeps you out your right mind. And to be able to survive in the streets, you need to be safe and stay away from drugs because they will lead you down the wrong path.
That's right. And I'm pretty sure if y'all don't know what this man talking about when the man said K2, man, just type in, go to YouTube. You can go to any YouTube screen and type in people in prison doing spikes, and you will see exactly what that brother is talking about. Okay, so let me get back to, do you have any kids or anything, brother?
Yes, I have one son. He's 10 years old.
One son is 10 years old. Okay, tell me, what does this phrase mean to you? Buried alive. No, hold on. Being buried alive and feeling lonely.
I mean, being in a situation like this, when you have a family and kids, it's not the best thing to be doing because you want to be out there with your family and kids, so it kind of take away from your family and kids, so it kind of make you miserable and put you in a state of mind of doing things that you shouldn't do and you don't want to do, and push you to do things that you shouldn't do, which you shouldn't do. You should think and be strong in the mind, but when you go through situations like this, it don't keep your head strong. It's up to you to keep your head strong.
Right. I got you. Okay, now, a lot of people don't know what it means when you answered the question good, but I just want to mention one thing. The buried alive feeling that you feel when you're incarcerated. Explain to them what does that feeling is and how does it feel?
I mean, it's like forcing you to do some things that you don't want to do, but then it makes you feel miserable when you're incarcerated, makes you feel like you don't have nothing and no one to rely on. But in some situations, some people don't, but in some people do. But when you don't have nobody, it just forces you to do a lot of things that you shouldn't want to do.
Right.
But you does it anyway to survive in there because you feel like nobody have your back and you have no support. So it forces you to do things that you should do in order to survive in a situation like this. It makes you want to be dead when you know you should be alive.
Okay. So that means like you kind of get some suicidal thoughts. And when you say things that like it make you want to do things in there that you know you shouldn't, do you mean like just hustling to make a way type of way, or lashing out in violence, fighting people for no reason? Like, kind of go in detail without. Go ahead.
I done seen people hustle to survive in here, and I done seen people take their life because they couldn't deal with surviving in here. They feel like it was too much. So in both situations, it kind of weigh itself out. You got people that want to hurt themselves, like suicide. You got people that force to hustle to do things they know they shouldn't do in order to survive. But in situations like this, you got to do what you got to do and to survive, especially when you don't have support. When you got support, it's a different situation. You can rely on your loved ones to take care of you and help you through this situation like I have through my 73 months.
Got you. So like I say, if you hearing what this brother is saying, man, if you got any loved one that's incarcerated, support that person, man. Send them a letter, answer that phone. You know what I mean? If you can give them money, man, just help them out. Like I say, it goes a long way. It can help. You know what I mean? Let's talk about a lot of things, man, that you took for granted in the free world. And anything from the simplest to the major thing, man, that when you got locked up, you realize like, dang, man, I wish I could have, just talk about anything that you felt like you took for granted when you had your freedom, and when you got locked up, you noticed those are things that you couldn't do no more.
Well, I took for granted being in the streets, hitting a lot of licks, doing a lot of stuff I shouldn't do, that relied me to go into prison, tote guns, the big selling possession of a firearm, and I see now to this day behind doing all this time and stuff that it really wasn't worth it. It left me in a situation where I really lost, where I didn't win at the end. I ended up with a lot of money, but I ended up with a lot of time behind the money. Okay. So pretty much what you saying was when you was in the streets, you felt like you needed to carry that gun, and that gun is what got you incarcerated. Yeah, I feel like it because of the state I live in and what's going on. People rather be caught with it than without it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of killing going on today in Mississippi. So if you ain't got that fight, it's easy for someone to take you out. But when you got it, you got a chance of protecting yourself.
Exactly. So at the same time, even though you regret getting caught with them guns and serving your federal prison time, but you glad you're still alive because them guns is what helped you get out of a lot of situations, right?
Yeah, it helped me stay alive.
It helped him stay alive.
Without it, a lot of people that didn't have it ain't here today. But the people that did have it saved their life. Even though they shouldn't be with it, because being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm. But at the same time, you want to live, you want to protect yourself.
And that's good. Like I say, man, I'm sad to see this brother incarcerated, but I'm happy he's still alive. And like I say, I came from these streets, man. So you guys know, man, I'm legit, so I keep my fire with me. You know what I mean? But on the other end, what he's talking about is being a convicted felon and not supposed to possess that gun. But he still had it anyway. So, we'll get on that. Tell me this, man. Does being in a cell make you feel like an animal?
It makes you feel caged in.
Caged in.
Behind the door all the time, and you can't come out until they let you out. Then you gotta follow people's rules when they might be the same age as you, that they see old, and you gotta listen to them. It makes you feel like a child, to make you feel caged in at the same time. So this ain't the place where you really want to be. So, because if you can avoid being incarcerated, avoid it, because it's not a good thing.
Yeah, good looking. I like that. Also, tell me how prison make you feel on a day-to-day basis.
It makes you feel like if you can go back to the hands of time, whatever you did to get in there, that you would take it back and you wouldn't have did what you did just to be free, because it's really not what you want. It comes with a lot of problems. It comes with you getting into it with other inmates because they got more time for you. It comes with people getting on the phone, getting information, bad news from their family, stressing, and you fighting to get into it with people. It costs a lot of situations because of just tension in the air of all situations will lead you into a worse situation that can cost you your life, and it may leave you alive. It depends on how worse the situation is.
Right. I'm with you. That's deep. Let's talk about homosexuality, man. A lot of these young kids, they think that, they tough. What about when they run across big, you gonna eat your cornbread in there, man? Tell me about that. Have you seen people, get raped, or is it?
Well, I done seen it all. I done seen dudes in here get their stuff taken, and I done seen people get their manhood taken. Some of the toughest guys that ran the streets, they used to be straight killers and drug dealers. Well, when they come here, it's a different story. All that man stuff go out the door. Then you show your true colors. Then you either gonna fight for your life or you gonna give it up. And I done seen people fight for their life, and I done seen people give it up.
Right. And when you give it up, are you like a victim in the system, or people just look at you like you weak? Are they still gonna respect you for being gay?
Once you give it up, ain't no more respect. You lose all respect. But when you fight for your respect, then people respect you. You demand it when you fight for it. Right.
So I'm telling you, brothers, all you brothers out here that's just think y'all just Mr. Tough Guy, I'm telling you, once you get inside them walls, man, it's a whole different story, whole different ball games. You get what I'm saying? Ain't no gun gonna really come save you then. So let me ask you this, brother. Do you read the Bible at all?
Yeah, I read it every day.
You read every day. Did you attend like any church services or anything while you was incarcerated?
Yes.
Yep.
Bible study.
Okay. All right, let's talk about this. Do the word of God help you get through that time while you're incarcerated?
It helps me every day. It helps me stay focused. It helps me keep from snapping out when it helps me keep from snapping out when I know it's not the thing to do. It don't beat nothing but the devil. But as long as I got God, it keeps me on the right track.
Facts. So, I know this phone call finna end. So, last thing, I'm just gonna let you take control, man. Any words that you would like to say, anything you would like to say, and like I say, Mr. Willie, man, this is the first interview, and I appreciate you for taking the time out of your day to do this interview with me, man. Because like I say, you're the first one, and there's plenty more to come, plenty more with you. But go ahead, have a freestyle, man. Say anything you would like to say. Just try not to use any profanity, brother. Appreciate you.
Well, I just encourage a young youth to stay up out here and make the right decision, because selling drugs and toting guns off in the streets will rely to you going to prison, spending time. Like I got a homeboy that's been gone since 2007, 14 years of his life, you know what I'm saying? It just ain't the thing to do, so you need to grow up for your doctor, lawyer, fireman, whatever you need to be, but don't rely to the streets, because the streets will rely you to doing a whole bunch of time in your life that you can never get back no matter what. So if you take you to do what's right and you got leadership and somebody to guide you in the right track, follow that right path, because that's the best thing for you.
Hey, man, like I say, man, that's real. I want to appreciate you. I thank you, man, for having the same
vision. 1 minute left.
Having the same vision that I have to want to help these brothers and sisters out here, and even some of us grown people, man. This is helping us, and I just want to say thank you, brother. I encourage you, man. I can't wait for you to get home. And like I say, keep standing that word of God, brother. And as you know, man, I'm always here for you on one phone call away, brother.
All right. Love you, bro.
Love you too, brother.